Hey everyone. So I just wanted to give you a new review of the Wacom Intuos Pro Large 2025 model. So I've been using the 2017 model for like 8 years now without any hiccups. It's a great tablet. So it like eventually wore off after like I've been using it for 8 years now. So it like kind of wore off. So I had to get a new one. So I just thought I'd just share this review. So let's get into it and see if this new 2025 model is for you. So all the 2025 models come with the revised packaging for all Intuos products and the Cintiq. I personally love this new design. Makes it have it like a really premium feel to it. So inside the box we have like the tablet itself, and then we have a Pro Pen 3, which is like the standard now for all 2025 models. And you also get this like a pen holder, which is I think super neat. And then of course Pro Pen 3. And then you get like a pass, a strap pen grip. Personally, again, like I don't use the grips because they do add a bit of weight to the pen. So I usually just remove the grip and use, I love using the pen without the grip. So it makes it feel much more like a pencil, and it makes it much easier to hold. Subjective, yeah. So yeah, on to the next one. So immediately with this new tablet, my first impression was like, how lightweight it really feels to hold. This was a huge relief for me because I've been using the 2017 model for 8 years, and I have to say, it is quite on the heavy side. So it usually takes up a large portion of my table space, and it's always not easy to carry around. I have to carry my tablet to work every single day. So carry it back and forth between home and work. So I always found it difficult. This, on the other hand, is like super lightweight. The 2025 model, I have the Wacom 2025 Large. This is the largest model, and it weighs just 660 grams. And it's like 13 inches wide and just 4 mm thick on the sides. You can see how slim it is on the sides. So the 2017 model, on the other hand, it weighs like around 1,300 grams, and it's like 16 inches wide, which makes it especially difficult to carry around on your backpack. So I couldn't fit it inside my regular 13 inches bag, so I had to find a 16-inch laptop bag just so I could, fit the tablet. And it still isn't always an easier thing to fit inside a bag, and it's quite heavy. And like every time I carry it around, like I can feel the weight on my back. This, on the other hand, is like super lightweight. You can hardly feel the weight, and it will fit very neatly in, basically your standard 13-inch laptop bag, no problem. So how did Wacom do this? So you can see that they basically cut out a lot of the fluff. So from the 2017 model, there's basically 3 inches of additional, useless, undrawable space on the tablet. They just cut that 3 inches out. So you can see that this one has like, really tight corners, and like you can just draw on the entire tablet, and like there's no wasted space here, so there's no unnecessary fluff. So that, which is great, so which makes the tablet much more slimmer, much more portable all the way around. So yeah, that's a really big win for me. Yeah, so the installation is a breeze for this tablet. It's like just like every standard drawing tablets. Since it doesn't come with a display, it's the installation process quite straightforward. The tablet comes with just one USB-C port in the right corner that you can see here. So all you do is you just take your USB-C cable, hook it up, and pretty much your computer detects it immediately, and all you have to do is install the latest Wacom driver and you're good to go. So it's very straightforward. Nothing much to say here. The moving, setting up the moving was not an easy thing to do, but the Intuos Pro is like a super easy to install, and like there are some reports that I read online about potential driver issues. Some people are having trouble with the driver, which makes the tablet go a little crazy. But as of recording this video, it's like September 14 now. today, and like the latest driver that I installed caused no issues. Everything was straightforward, and the tablet works like a dream. So yeah, no problem here. Everything is straightforward. So the next thing I want to talk about this tablet is like again the Pro Pen 3. The Pro Pen 3 is basically the standard now for all 2025 products, which I think is great. As I told earlier in the moving video, the Pro Pen 3 is probably the best pen that you can draw with today. The drawing experience is absolutely amazing, seamless, and I also had a lot of my artist friends and non-artist friends try it out, and everybody seemed to agree. Like they just love drawing with this pen. It's so good. So the pen actually comes like this. So basically, the standard pen comes with the pen grip attached. So personally, I feel that this is a lot heavier to use for me. So I just basically remove the grip, and I prefer to use it this way because this makes the pen much more lighter to hold and much more easier to use. And there's also some things that you can do. So like you can just twist the pen over here, and basically that gives you access to some additional grips, as you can see here. So which is I think very neat. And it also comes with the pen holder, so you can just like put your pen just like this, so which I think is again neat. I often find myself searching for the pen. Where is it? uh, so as light as and small as this pen is, it can easily get lost in your table. So I usually have come to the habit of putting it into my pen holder. One very neat thing about the 2025 models, especially the Intuos Pro, I mean, I would say this is exclusive to the Intuos Pro because I'm not sure the Moving is capable of doing this. That is basically multi-pen support. So I have the Pro Pen 2. This is actually another version of the Pro Pen 2 called the Slim version. It doesn't come standard with the tablet. You have to buy it separately. And this is one of my favorite pens because it's super slim, and I've been drawing with this pen for 6 years or 5 years at least. And if you are comfortable with using this pen, the new 2025 Intuos Pro will support it. So it does come with multi-pen support. So you can use the Pro Pen 2 or the Pro Pen 2 Slim or even the Pro Pen 1 or the Pro Pen 3. Any of these will work on the tablet. I'm not exactly sure about the Pro Pen 1. I don't have a Pro Pen 1, so you might need to check on that. But pretty much all the pens, all the Wacom pens I have work on this tablet, which I think is great. So yeah, now for the drawing experience. What can I say? The drawing experience is great. It's super seamless. Like it took me a day or two to get a little used to it because I've been again using the previous model for a long time. So after like 2 days, I have to say the tablet is absolutely phenomenal. I have no issues using it. From the previous model, I never actually used the on-screen buttons, but I've been finding myself that I've been using this on-screen scroll wheel a lot on the tablet, especially when I'm working on Photoshop. I do a lot of concept art design, character design, and like prop design kind of stuff. So I often find myself zooming in and out a lot. And like I just love this scroll wheel and how nice it feels to use. It's so tactile and so satisfying to use. It also has other 4 different buttons which have different functions. So which it pops up an on-screen display and it gives you different options to choose from. There's actually 2 scroll wheels that you can use, and you can customize their function by pressing the center button over here. So that's I think like super neat. And you can also use the Wacom Center to actually change the orientation of the tablet, which I think is a cool new feature that hasn't, I don't think you have this feature in the 2017 model. So like if you find that you want to, use the tablet, like, holding it like a notebook, like in a portrait mode kind of thing, you can do that with this one. You can just change the orientation by just flicking, this option over here, and then you're good to go. Which I think is like super neat. Some people have different orientations. Maybe they set up their laptops on their table a little differently. So, which means you'll have to switch the tablet around since it actually comes with just one USB-C port. So you will probably have to rotate the tablet and all that. And changing the orientation really helps a lot of people. So yeah, apart from that, yeah, I've been using it for 3D Code and Blender. No issues there whatsoever. Everything works great. I tried it out with the grease pencil stuff with Blender. So I tried to do some casual drawing with it. No problems. Everything works perfectly. I had issues with the Wacom moving. The latest driver will cause some issues for grease pencil. I'm not sure if it's fixed yet. But it usually goes away when you go back to the first driver, the initial driver. The 2025 Intuos Pro has no such issues. Every software works great. I received no crashes. The driver never crashed. So yeah, the drawing experience is absolutely great, seamless, and no complaints here. Okay, so now for the cons. The first con I have with this tablet is the Bluetooth. The tablet actually can pair with two devices simultaneously. So you can pair two devices to it. So like if you just press this button over here, you can see that it starts popping in a blue light. So you can, switch it again to pair your second device. I can just pair it back to have your, original USB-C connection. The pairing is like seamless. Everything works perfectly. No issues there. The only issue is the latency. The latency is like so bad that if you want to do like any proper drawing stuff with it, it's just not gonna work. The latency is like too bad to do any actual drawing with it. The wired connection is the best, obviously, but I just find that the Bluetooth is basically unusable. I have a laptop and a desktop, both with the latest Bluetooth drivers. Both doesn't seem to work, and like it's so sad to see that. Like it would have been a really neat feature. I personally am not a fan of having a lot of wires around, so like I was really hoping for the Bluetooth to work well with this one because I had the same issue with the 2017 model. The Bluetooth was basically useless. There's like just too much latency. The issue still remains with the 2025 model, which is such a shame because this tablet is like it's not a cheap tablet. It is quite on the expensive side, and why add this useless feature? At least you could have removed it to shave some few bucks from the price. And I can see that they're marketing it as one of the key features of the tablet, which I don't see the point because like the feature is basically useless because like the latency is too bad. Yeah, so the next con is the touch. So the 2025 Intuos Pro model doesn't come with the touch feature. The 2017 model did come with the touch feature, and I personally never used it because like the palm rejection was not so great. Every time I turned it on, the tablet usually goes a little crazy because like when I'm drawing, something happens out of the blue and like it's really strange. So I never found much use for it, so I just switch it off whenever I'm drawing. The 2025 model doesn't come with touch at all. So depending on how you use your tablet, this might be a con for you. Personally, it doesn't affect me much because like I don't mind not having a touch feature here. Because like when I'm working with the iPad or the moving, the touch is like super useful. It is actually a really neat feature. But for this one, maybe I would have liked touch. Maybe if they could had better palm rejection and it works properly, yeah, I'm sure I would have used it. But as of now, the Intuos Pro 2025 doesn't come with touch. So yeah, that's maybe depending on how you work, might be a con for you. Okay, so the next big con I have for this tablet is probably the biggest con for me. Is that it doesn't come with the InBody stand, which I think is like a huge missed opportunity for this tablet. Again, this tablet is not cheap. It does come with a really premium price. So it would have been really a good thing to have like a in-body stand, like flaps that you can see on a keyboard. I think one of the Cintiqs come with it. It would have been a really nice feature to have because like usually I don't use the tablet flat on the table, right? So usually I tilt it like at least, I don't know, like a 30 degrees. So which I find is the nicest angle to draw on. So that's the most comfortable angle to draw. So what I'm doing now is I'm just using my moving stand basically to hold the tablet and have a nice 30-degree tilt to it. So it's easier for me to draw. But the moving stand costs like another $100, which I find is absolutely ridiculous. Uh, like what they should have done is probably just put in like an in-body stand, just like that you would find on a keyboard, so it's easier to use, and you can have a nice drawing angle. This is like, I mean, this is such a premium product, and I think it would have been a nice development over the 2017 model. And yeah, I think it's such a missed opportunity. Definitely needed an in-body stand. It's like extremely disappointing. Okay, so to sum up, the Intuos Pro 2025 is a no-nonsense device. It works seamlessly, it works great. Performance-wise, there's absolutely no complaints. The Pro Pen 3 is like the best pen that you could use to draw today. And I also use the Apple Pro Pencil, and still I have to say, Wacom has nailed it with the Pro Pen 3. It's the best drawing experience which I've ever, used. I mean, there are some disappointments with the tablet, like I already mentioned. There's no in-body stand, there's no touch. But apart from all those, I think the tablet has a lot of improvements over the 2017 model. One thing I would like you to keep in mind if you're an artist is like, if you're a person who does a lot of comic book work, or if your style involves usually drawing a lot of outlines and clean lines. So in that case, I would recommend that you actually look at a display tablet, like a Cintiq or an iPad. The reason being that when it is a non-display tablet, usually your eyes is actually looking at the screen and your arm is pointed towards the tablet. So this is fine for most cases when you're doing like regular sketching and concept art kind of work like me. But when you're doing comic book work, usually when you're inking comics, your eyes and your hand are basically connected, connected towards the same point. So I would say it's actually much more easier to draw clean lines when you're on a on display tablet like a Cintiq or a moving or like or an iPad. Not that it's not possible with this, but it can be a little difficult to draw like extremely precise lines. I just think you'll be much more comfortable when you're drawing with a on-screen display. But I leave that choice to you. This device works great. Apart from everything else, the cons that I mentioned, I think it's a great device. The price is a little steep. It is expensive. So if you are considering alternatives like the Q1, I think they still work great. Even though I haven't personally used them, I know a lot of artist friends who use them and they have no complaints. It's absolutely great. So depending on your price, if this is something that you can afford, I think this device won't disappoint you for what it is. So by all means, I think the 2025 Intuos Pro is great. So yeah, I hope you found this useful. Until next time, guys, that's it from me. See you soon.